doing the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, and it's a really good song with lots of just slight variations on chords that make it sound exactly like the song if you get them right. So there's always been this introduction chord that you heard me play there at the start, and it's been known as the mystery chord because no one could work it out years ago before, you know, tabs and everything. So everyone's trying to work this chord out, and it's written down as G7 suspended fourth with a D bass, which would be down here and just be, well, it doesn't sound right, does it? So it's always, sometimes it's just a different way to play exactly the same chord. And so this one, a bar across the 3rd fret. It only has to be on 5 strings. So the highest 5 strings, so you can leave out number 6 strings, up to you, but you can bar it across all 6, but you're only going to play 5. And then over on the 5th string, 5th fret, and then the 3rd string, 5th fret, and then from the 5th string down, play right through to the 1st string. And it's there, it just rings for 4 beats before the song comes in. So it's good, you get that all set up, ready to go and play it, and now into the song. So there's going to be some variations now on G and C. And so the first one is a G chord with fingers on the 2nd string 3rd fret and 1st string 3rd fret. So use number 3 finger, then your little finger, 4th finger down on the 1st string, and then reaching across, and that's the, you know, to a normal G chord on top. So it's really just got 1 extra finger in there. If you watch me playing it, sometimes I'll leave out my 5th string and just have my 2nd finger, as it comes across, it's touching number 5 string and deadening it. So you'll see that sometimes an X on chords, and especially on this G, the 5th string is deadened. So that's just a quick way to get to it. So, you know, dead, and still a G chord. So we're playing that one first. So just 2 downstrokes, and then into this C chord, which is a normal C chord, but your little finger on the 1st string 3rd fret. So it's still a G, it's still a C. It's got an extra G note up there on the 1st string, but there's already a G string, you know, in that chord. So you're just adding, it's just called a different voicing of the same chord, different voicing. So you've got to be able to get between the two, and probably the key to this is keep your little finger on. And then, you know, then sort of keep, you know, move the top of the chord, but keep your little finger on between all those. So it goes, it's a down, down, and then into C, down, up, down, up. And really that's the strumming pattern for the whole song. Throughout it, which is a fairly standard pattern, but you've just got these 2 interesting chords. It then goes back into G for a whole bar. So the first bit is, so a whole bar of that, the down, 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 up, into F, and it's an F add 9. So you're adding, you're leaving that little finger on the 1st string 3rd fret, bringing an F behind it, so you don't need the bar in an F chord. You can just have fingers 1, 2 and 3 going across on the diagonal, but your little finger on there replacing what's normally on the 1st string. So again, your little finger hasn't come off at all so far in this. So you're coming from that G again, and then back into G. We just want to do that slowly first off. So here's the first line. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So that's it. Just the first G to C is a half bar of each, and then it's a whole bar of each one. So I played through the first 2 lines. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. These interesting chords. Now we just go into some stock standard C. When I get to you, I find the things that you do. So just a bar of each, C, D, and now we've got to do a quick G to C half a bar of G and half a bar of C, go back to this G with the 2 fingers on, and now play C add 9. I think sounds good there. So just bringing your fingers down, 1 string each, the top of a G chord, top of a C chord, but the 2 fingers still locked on down the bottom there. So it's, and then into G. A whole bar of that. So let me try that, the whole verse again. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do make me feel alright. There it is. So you got that strumming pattern, down, 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 up, down, up. Probably no need to put in a bass first, just to, good. It just moves along quickly with just that. Down, 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 up, down, up. So that's that's the most of the song. You've got this middle 8 that's coming up, but there's there's a few verses and it's doing exactly that all the way through. So really just getting used to that little finger being locked on there for those first few chords. Then into the F. So these chords will show up in a variety of songs, so it's good to get to know them. They're not always going to have distinct names for each of them. You just got to look at the tab or the chord boxes to see which ones they are, but they just add just this nice feel to the song. Into the middle 8, it goes into a B minor, so a bar would be best there. Chords is the B minor, and down, 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 up, down, up, E minor. 2 bars of B minor. Just a normal G. 1 bar of that, E minor. Now C6, and C6 is just an extra finger added to the C chord. Can be tricky to get your little finger up there quickly. One of the keys I think that makes it easy is put an A minor on, then add your little finger, because you probably can get to A minor quicker. You probably know A minor, it's easy to get to. So A minor, little finger over on the 5th string, 3rd fret, where you'd have it for C. And C6, just a slightly different chord, but just working with that melody at that point in the song. So just, as I say, A minor on, little finger, and if you don't even get it in the first strum, if you're struggling to get all that to get out, get the A minor, that little finger by the 2nd strum in the bar. And really that's all there is. It goes into a verse 3. The 4th verse is an instrumental in there, but it's just playing the verse. And then the 3rd line comes in with some vocals. So that's really the only difference, in the song, is just that extra 1 line. 1 line of, of singing, but it's really an instrumental all the way through. That's it, that's all there is in the song. Some really nice, interesting chords that just make it sound like, the original song. So give that one a go, and I'll catch you next time around. Thanks.